I'm Zita West. Today I'm going to talk about the top questions we get asked about IVF. When you first start off thinking about IVF and then actually going through it, sometimes it's almost like a relief that you are going to be proactive and doing something. But for so many women before they start, the first thing they worry about is going to be an emotional roller coaster. And yes, it is an emotional roller coaster. But if you're prepared at the beginning, especially mindset wise, you can get through anything with certain techniques that will be able to help you. The drugs that are used appropriately for you individually. So for some women at certain stages of their cycle, depending on what protocol they're on, they do feel tired. They do feel a bit emotionally fragile. But again, you know, what you need to build in is time. So if you know you're going through IVF and when you're going through IVF, you know, look at your diary, try and get some time back, go to bed early, sleep well, you know, nourish yourself so that you have got energy to get through the cycle. And you use a lot of energy up through worrying. So mindfulness, meditation, apps, hypnotherapy, all of those things that are going to help relax your mind are key to do. The other thing we get asked is, are the injections going to hurt? And again, some are more painful than others, but you are coached and you're shown how to use the injections, how to do the drugs before you start an IVF cycle. And there's always someone to ask if you don't fully understand. And I really believe if you feel supported and you've got access to be able to ask questions, it can help enormously to your mindset as well and how stressed you feel. The third question that we're asked a lot is, can I exercise when I'm going through an IVF cycle? We say gentle exercise. Again, you know, when you think of what your body is trying to do, it's trying to grow the follicles, and if you're going to be doing a lot of exercise, it's going to diverting the blood away from the pelvic area. So gentle exercise is what we encourage when you're going through IVF. One of the big questions we're always asked is, can we improve eggs and sperm before going through an IVF cycle? I know a woman's born with all the eggs she ever possesses, but the environment of which those eggs are growing in are affected by lifestyle. So by improving your diet, cutting out alcohol, taking a multivitamin and mineral, one that contains folate, looking at omega-3, taking that as a supplement and through diet, you're going to really help the environment in which the eggs are growing in. So I really believe there's a lot you can do for yourself to improve your eggs prior to an IVF cycle. And the final question we're asked is, how long does an IVF cycle last? And generally, you know, it lasts the length of time that a woman's natural cycle is, with 2 weeks being quite intensive and then 2 weeks of waiting to find out if you're pregnant or not. So I think it's important that if you're working, that you look at your life, your diary, and you try and manage that time when you know it's going to be intensive in terms of going in for blood tests and scans, so that you're not in a hurry, you're not in a race. And also you need to look at certain projects you're doing, and maybe you need to sort of like have a break from IVF or fit it in when it's going to be more manageable for you, because very often what's stressful is trying to put too much in to the mix, not just with IVF but with everything else that's going on in your life. If you've got any questions you'd like to ask about IVF, please leave some comments below.